With the novel coronavirus spreading across the world, many countries have severely limited travel to and from to stop the spread. The last thing that we want during a pandemic is people catching this and then spreading it when they travel. It makes the whole thing much harder to contain, but with this much stress around it, mistakes were more than likely to occur. Welcome back to InformOverload. I'm your host and bacon overlord Johnny Riders, and you're watching the #1 tea-spilling entertainment news show on the internet. Before we kick this video off though, if you want to see what your favorite influencers have been up to lately, just tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. Also, if you want to be notified whenever we post new content, you gotta smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Now, thank you for the delay, let's get right into today's story. An influencer by the name of Charly Jordan was in fear for her life after she was taken away from her friends in Rwanda just days after she tested positive for the coronavirus. Charly had traveled to Rwanda to work with gorillas through an animal conservation group and had even tested negative for COVID-19 when she left the United States. Additionally, she and the friends that she was traveling with all had abided by safety precautions. They wore masks in public and followed all other safety measures once they had landed. Charly also said that she had already contracted the virus 3 months ago and therefore was confused about what was happening. During an emotional TikTok video that she released, Charly said, "I got 100,000 tests afterwards to make sure I was negative. I flew to Rwanda, Africa 5 days ago and just got here and tested positive." This TikTok was later set to private but then re-released by the satirical YouTube show called Deaf Noodles. In their tweet they said, "Charly Jordan says she tested positive for COVID while traveling to Rwanda and has been forcefully removed from her hotel by the government and placed in isolation away from everyone she knows. She first had COVID 3 months ago, she lives with Tanamojo," more in thread. In the remainder of that thread, Deaf Noodles goes on to say that Charly Jordan uses medical marijuana to ease her anxiety and depression. However, with her being locked in a room and being given no updates, it's all starting to really get to her. In the time that she had been quarantined, Charly had been doing her very best to reply to concerned fans that were commenting on her recent posts. In one of them, a person says that because she had it already, it doesn't mean that she's less likely to get it again. He's talking about the coronavirus. It just means that recovery will be easier. In response to this, Charly said, "I legit had 2 different doctors tell me I couldn't get it again. They were definitely wrong." According to Charly, the government showed up at her place and dragged her away from everyone that she was with, later writing that she was taken away by people in hazmat suits, and because she doesn't speak the language in Rwanda, it made explaining herself very difficult. I mean, all of this could have been easily avoided if she had waited for flight restrictions and COVID precautions to just ease up. Even the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends that people from the United States all avoid non-essential travel to most countries. Included in those countries was Rwanda because of how badly the coronavirus is being handled. In another later deleted TikTok, Charly said, "Not only am I completely alone locked in this room, but I'm having withdrawals and crazy nightmares and not sleeping, and all the food here is making me sick. So we are just all around not in a good place right now. I've literally just cried for 3 hours." Charly was able to leave her isolation after spending 4 days there when 2 more tests came back negative. When the doctors looked back at the first test that she took while in Rwanda, they realized that it was a false positive. In response to the backlash that she was receiving online for traveling and then complaining about catching corona, Charly had this to say, "Whether you think I should or should not have been traveling is your own opinion, but I want you to know I did everything by the books in accordance to the Rwandan and US government to make this a safe trip. People are allowed to make their own opinions, but I just wanted to give you guys the facts of what actually happened." With that though, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Protesters Want to Boycott Mulan for This Reason." Amilcar G. Castillo says, "Watched it, wasn't that impressed, I expected more, the storyline wasn't that deep." Yeah, I heard that they took a lot of stuff out of the remake that was in the original. That could possibly be why the storyline felt a little shallow. I'm So Bored says, "What's the point in these movie remakes?" I honestly don't know. I think Disney is just out of ideas and they think that remaking old films that made them money before will somehow work again. Don't fall for it though. They're just marketing to your nostalgia of their earlier work, and it's not the same. Shiza Tariq says, "I love you guys don't hide from any topic and are so respectful. We do our very best to cover all the news while still being very respectful, and I appreciate your comment. Hope I got your name right." Ali Burke says, "I'm not supporting what China is doing, but I do feel like there is more going on than what we see. We don't know if she actually does support it or if they are threatening her or her family if she shows the opposite. We don't know." Oh, there is always more going on, but based on what we know at this moment is unfortunately all that we can report on. I definitely don't want to be speculating on the worst case scenario like the Chinese government threatening her family, but it's possible. Tanu says, "First comment, damn I'm never this early." Congratulations, you are officially the first comment. Wasn't too many other comments on this video though because I got them right as the video came out, so thank you to everyone in today's comment features for having those notifications turned on, and thank you all for watching, and thank you to our editors for all their hard work. So many people to thank. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's story. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is click that playlist when it pops up. From Inform Overload, my name is the Bacon Overlord Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy.